looking good. Nice.
The E3 hype train is still in full motion, and it continues to show no signs of slowing. Anthem has in fact added some fuel to that fire by releasing a brand new 6-second teaser, which we're going to dive into in just a second, as well as a bunch of information in regards to what we can expect when it comes to Anthem and BioWare at EA Play this year. That's June 9th, 11 a.m. PDT. Mark your calendars and get ready for that full reveal. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at that teaser, though. The opening showcases our 4 heroes in their 4 different javelins entering some sort of a cave, cavern, or dungeon type complex. It appears to be very organic, maybe even embedded in the side of a quite rocky mountain, but the entranceway appears to be more man-made, more technologically advanced. Perhaps there was even a doorway that could seal and open and close at one point, but it's been overran, and now anyone can enter or leave as they please, of course, at their own risk. As we move further into the clip, we get a very nice up-close shot of the Ranger Javelin. Now, this is whatever. We've seen the Ranger 1,000 times before. It looks great. It looks badass. I'm more interested in that primary weapon that the Ranger is wielding. Look at that thing. It looks chunky. It looks industrial. It's blocky. It looks like it's covered in rust and oil. It's got this big, heavy-duty carrying handle, and it's also covered in some sort of a cloth, which looks just as dingy and as greasy as the rest of this weapon. I really like this shot. I really like what's going on with that weapon, and I hope we get to see more of it at EA Play. This, however, though, is a great indicator that we're not going to be getting just a slew of very clean sci-fi weapons. There's some dingy, organic elements, sort of rusted, worn-down elements to the weapon design here, and I hope we get to see a lot more of it, and I hope we get to see it be just as diverse and just as unique as this weapon being wielded by the Ranger here. Now, as we move on, we can see the Colossus in the background. We see that caster javelin, and we also see that brand new mobility-focused javelin that we were talking about. If we take a closer look at the caster, though, we can see the right arm is completely glowing with some sort of a purple-blue effect. Now, this is very much why people have been referring to this javelin as the caster. If you take a look at the concept art we've seen that ties into this character, there's a lot of potential here for this javelin to control some sort of an elemental effect. We do know that elemental effects are a part of the core gameplay loop inside of Anthem. We just don't know how they're implemented into that core gameplay loop. And there's a lot of potential for this javelin to have control over maybe all of the elements, or maybe the ability to swap across different elements to deal damage in one way or another. It's why it does make a lot of sense for this character to potentially be able to switch from healing to damage dealing to crowd control. We'll have to see come EA Play. Even though it's not the javelin that I am interested in most in terms of what I'd like to play, I am very interested to see how that javelin does play, because perhaps that will actually change my mind. Moving forward, we get to see just what was waiting for our team inside of that massive cave and cavern, and we get a very barbaric structure here. This appears to be some sort of a fortress, perhaps controlled and built by, again, a more barbaric force that lives out in the wilds. I mean, just look at this. We've got steel, we've got wood, we've got sort of flags, very basic light sources. This is not a technologically advanced location. We even see some dead bodies, or what appear to be some dead bodies, hanging in the distance. And if you take a look at those pods hanging from the ceilings, they have light coming out of them. They almost look like there's some sort of a home, but there's no traditional stairway or platform to actually gain access to those. Instead, we have this weird sort of vertical, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's almost like a statue or a monument in the center of this cave. Maybe what we're dealing with here is one of the more organic and wild and more barbaric threats within the world of Anthem. A threat that perhaps can scale vertical walls and climbs into these tiny pods to sleep and to hide away from its threats. We do, of course, have the voiceover for this teaser, which talks about something being out there and it wanting to destroy everyone. I already like the direction this is going. I like that we're seeing something so barbaric, so simplistic. The idea that we're not just dealing with other alien threats or giant monsters, but smaller monsters, smaller factions that can act as just as much as of a threat. Every great sci-fi game, every great sci-fi universe has its big baddies and its small baddies that are sometimes just as threatening, if not more threatening. Now, if we take a closer look at this scene, we also see that that caster javelin is wielding a weapon that appears to be very similar to the one we just saw the Ranger wielding. It also has that heavy-duty carry handle on it. It appears to be very bulky and very industrial. We also get a nice clean shot of that mobility-focused racer-type javelin in all of its neon green glory. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that thing can do. The trailer then, of course, comes to an end. And it's now time that we talk about the outline for Anthem and BioWare at EA Play. First and foremost, they're going to be bringing us a brand new trailer. I imagine it's going to be an extension of the teaser trailer we just saw. It's going to be focusing on story, characters, and the monsters. That's right, the monsters that bring the world of Anthem to life. They're going to be showcasing a lot more gameplay this year. We're going to be seeing flying, fighting, and of course collecting loot. They're also going to be doing a specific combat showcase that's going to take us in depth with the power of the Javelin exosuits as the team apparently takes on the most ferocious enemy we've seen yet. This really ties into what I was talking about yesterday, where we might be able to see an actual full dungeon type encounter for EA Play this year. I'm looking forward to that. We then move on to my favorite part of this entire reveal, which is going to be developer insights. So the dev team is actually going to be there, getting up on stage, including Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, the executive producer, and the lead writer, Kathleen Rootster. They're all going to take the stage to talk about the principles that have shaped Anthem through development. More importantly, though, after that, they're going to go behind the scenes once again to talk with the actual development team themselves to show off concept and production art of Anthem. They're going to show us the craftsmanship and demonstrate how they built the world of Anthem. That's the sort of thing that really excites me as a gamer, as someone who plays video games. I like seeing how these worlds were built, at least to some extent. And this sounds like a really nice, fully fleshed out EA Play demonstration for Anthem. Really looking forward to this. Let me know what has you guys most excited. What part of the EA Play reveal are you looking forward to most? And I also would love to hear which one, if any, of the javelins has become your favorite. Come on. We're all gamers here. I know a bunch of you are excited. You might be cautiously optimistic over there, but that doesn't mean you aren't looking at those javelins saying to yourself, man, oh man, I really like the Ranger. I really like the Colossus. I want to know more about the Caster. I want to know more about that fast javelin. Which one stands out the most to you and why? Let me know down in the comment section below. It is E3 season, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot of videos like this on the channel. We're going to be pumping out content left and right, covering new releases, new reveals, talking about the things that we're going to learn throughout the course of E3. Get excited for it. Smack that notification button so you're always ready when a new video goes live. And just join me in the fun, man. That's all it's about. We all know E3 is a marketing machine. We don't have to let that weigh down our enjoyment and our fun. We're not here to start pre-ordering and buying these games left and right. We're here to see the games as they're being showcased by the developers and have fun with it. Nothing more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your lives.